Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela. On behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine, I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. If you would just take a moment to share this with your circle of influence. For those that do not know who I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am the founder of AALAC, which is the African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine, and my whole desire is to bridge the gap between brown authors all over this world and to touch on topics that's affecting our brown community that people don't want to talk about. So, with that being said, over the last couple of months, we've been sharing some amazing brown people from around the world that's impacting their community. And this interview is nothing less than that. We have another amazing woman that's going to be gracing our platform tonight and sharing just a little bit about what she's doing, how she's impacting her community, and how you can connect with her. So take this opportunity and share this in your circle. I'm going to bring this amazing lady up and allow her to introduce herself. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
I am well, and thank you for having me, Angela. I'm excited to be here today.
Well, I'm glad to have you. First, I want you to share with us just a little bit about yourself and what you do to impact your community.
Well, my name is Darshell McAlpine. I am the original Boss Lady, CEO and founder of Boss Lady Press, which is a boutique publishing house here in Houston, Texas. Our sole goal is to write amazing books and publish amazing books and have people read them. That is what we do. That is all we do. We focus on literary excellence. We focus on high end publishing. We focus on end to end processing from someone just having an idea about writing to someone finishing a book. And we coach you through that process from beginning to end. We also do work with people who are just trying to learn just the very basics of grammar. We coach, we train. We also executive produce some of the videos, documentaries for some of the books that we do. So we have our hands in all kinds of things, trying to make sure that we make a difference and that people are literate and that we are reading, and to demonstrate that as a people of color, we are definitely entrenched in literary excellence.
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. Because I often have people that will reach out to me because for some reason people think I am a publisher. But they will reach out to me and want to know, um, well, what do I need to do? What can I do to do this? So, what would be the first thing for that person that wants to become an author or wants to publish a book? Because not everybody wants to be an author because they want a book. Some people just want to tell a story.
Right.
What would be the one thing that you would tell someone that have an idea about writing a book or becoming an author?
So what I always tell people up front, if you're not writing, then you're not a writer. Write something. It's that simple. You start right there. It's an idea. It's maybe you're feeling a certain kind of way. Maybe you're overwhelmed by this book that you feel that's inside of you that needs to come out. But if you don't ever write it down, it will never become a book. And so I'm always conscious to tell people to make sure that you're doing that. One of the things that my some of my clients have had difficulty with is a feeling of inadequacy as it relates to writing, a fear, if you will, of writing. But I'm a person that likes to confront my fear. I like to run right into it, bust it upside the head. So, right, run into your fear. Put the words down. We're here to coach you through. We're not going to let you publish garbage. It'll be what you need it to be. But if you never write anything down, you will never become an author.
That's what I always tell people. I say just write into your heart content. I say and send it to the editor and then let them work.
That's what editors are for. That's what it is. And I tell people when they're writing, editing is the most expensive thing you will do with your writing. Editors generally even cost more than some of the work that we do. But we will not publish a piece that is unedited. And we take you through, there's different kinds of edits. We take you through several iterations of that. Because what happens a lot of times with self-published books is is that they're not minding the minor things. They're not looking at what makes people read books. There's some psychological principles around reading books that you don't even think about. There's a reason why the margins are on the left side the way that they are and on the right side. There's a reason why the page numbers start on the on the right side. There's a reason why certain things happen in books because our brains are trained to communicate a certain way. If we don't just do simply lay the book out the way that the brain is trained to read it, people won't read your book because it's too jumbled. The eye cannot focus. So simple things like that. But the other things that we tell writers is that you can't hide in your writing. You know, sometimes when you're writing about something difficult or painful, you want to hide in the writing. You're not telling the truth because it's too hard for you, or you just don't want people to know. If you are in that space, it's probably not the time for you to write. But if you're going to write for people to read, be transparent. Tell the truth.
Right. Wow. So how long have you been in publishing in consulting?
I started publishing actually in 2018. A friend of mine who's a celebrity photographer here in Houston hosts a huge event every year. Well, he hasn't hosted since COVID, but we host this huge black tie event in Houston, and everybody who's anybody in Houston is there. And he's an artist and a photographer, and so he's taking images, and they're all over the building. But he also includes a book with that project. Well, this particular year, his publisher backed out 3 weeks before the project was due to launch. So everything's the venue's rented, the tablecloths are ready. I was project managing the layout. I said, okay, we got to have a book, right? Because the book is part of the exhibit. And so I sat down really to save the event and published this book, 100-page full color book with images and stories from each of the models in the book. And it was spectacular. And I just got the bug. I've been a writer for 30 plus years. But when I published this book, I was like, I could probably do this. And that really is how Boss Lady Press was born.
Wow. Just stepping out on faith and just believing in yourself. And that's what I tell people. You got to believe in yourself. Wow.
It's difficult sometimes because you think, I don't have this or I don't have that. And, sometimes as an entrepreneur, finding the capital to do what you need to do. But like any other thing, if you invest in it and if you give yourself to it, if you sow into yourself, whether it be with your time, your talent, or your treasure, you will reap the harvest. You will reap the harvest. It will happen.
Wow. So what are some of the services that you offer?
So one of the first things we do is we coach writers. I always say if I had a nickel for everyone that told me they wanted to write a book, I could retire. But writing a book, thinking about writing a book is like, oh, that's so much fun. I'm gonna be an author. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be famous. Writing a book is hard work, and you don't always get famous. So one of the first things we do is we coach writers. We talk about, is this really something you want to do? Do you really want to write a book? Maybe you want to hire a ghostwriter. We offer ghostwriter services. Maybe you don't understand enough about language yet to write the book. Let's coach you through that process. Maybe you just don't understand how to put a book together. We'll coach you through that process. So we start there. If you have a finished manuscript, we'll edit it. We go through, we review the manuscript. We look for your holes. Is there content? There's a content edit. We have various editors that will work with you to look at the content. Is this something people want to read? Your story may be really interesting to you. And then you have to remember that what is in your head doesn't always translate well, or we don't know how to translate it onto the page. We help you translate to get that what's in your brain onto the page, and so that people want to read it. And then the other thing is that stories have to be interesting. You can have a really good story about something, cataclysmic that may have happened, or something beautiful that may have happened. But if you don't know how to tell the story in an interesting way, no one is going to read it. We show you how to make it interesting. Make it, it can't just be, well, we went to the store that day and then we crossed the street and then I went across there and then I got down the street and then I called my mom. People don't want to hear that. Tell me what you saw. Tell me what you smelled. Tell me what you felt. Tell me what was the person across the street. What did the street look like? Did you see the street sign? People want to get in your mind and into that space. We show you how to do that. So we all the way through that process, but we also help you with your book covers. All of our book covers are custom, which means there's no stock art. You will not find our covers everywhere. They are one of a kind. We have professional photographers on staff. We have professional graphic artists. And we have book covers that have been drawn by hand. We have, all of them have been produced with professional images. They're all unique. They're all distinct. And you will never see this cover anywhere else. It is unique to your project. And that's one thing that I love. A lot of times people will purchase stock images and sometimes at the same cost of having a professional cover. And then I'll see that book cover somewhere else, or I'll see it used, the imagery in another place. You don't have to worry about that when you work with us. And we also do some documentaries for some of our books. So the I Am a Black Man, Ascension of the Kings book has a full documentary. It just well done by a producer here, Courtney Glaudet, who is an incredible director. And the book is really the story of Black men that we don't think about sometimes, even as Black women, to realize that, wow, we've got some of the same struggles, the same challenges. But then there's a documentary with the men telling you about those struggles. It's a very powerful thing to see.
Wow. So how can individuals get connected with you? Say they want to write a book. How can they reach out and connect with you?
Well, I tell people I'm a simple girl. We do have a Facebook page and you can find us on Facebook. We do not use Facebook all the time. I love face-to-face. I love phone conversations. I like to talk to people. And so the best way to reach me to schedule an appointment is at info@bossladypress.com. You can also see us at our webpage at www.bossladypress.com. That is the best way to get in touch with us. I'm highly responsive. Usually within 12 hours, I'm responding and scheduling. Our schedules are tight, and we are booking into the second and third quarter of the year for book projects because we have so many people wanting to produce that work, the work that we do, and have seen what we've done and want to be a part of that. So if you're interested, you should definitely reach out to us soon.
Wow. Well, I definitely thank you for stopping by and sharing with us. You definitely shared some information because oftentimes people asking how to publish, how to do this, how to do that, and I think that you have some great resources that could help individuals that's looking to publish. So definitely thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. I do want to add that if for some reason you really want to publish yourself, you don't want to go with the publisher, we'll coach you through that process as well. I'll show you how to do it. If it's not information, it's not the Holy Grail, I will show you how to do it. I am not afraid of that. I will show you how to do it. We're not hoarding information over here at Boss Lady Press.
And that's what a lot of people they run into that issue because I had a young lady that I just helped with some journals. She
Mhm.
said she been trying to I told her I've been trying to get somebody to help me with the journals for about 2 years. And
Wow.
everybody been giving me the runaround, and somebody told me they would charge me $250 to show me how to do journals. And one day I just sit here, and the Holy Spirit showed me how to do it. I
It's
just sit
information,
here
it's
and
out
just
there.
sent me to a couple videos, and lo and behold, I got 9 journals up on Amazon right now.
And it's a blessing. If it's something, some people don't have that patience. My best friend is a wonderful cook, baker, but she cannot stand any type of media, any type of, if on the computer, she didn't like all that. She's like, here, you do it. So if you're there and you just want me to do it, I got you. But if you want to learn how to do it, we can show you how to do it too.
And that's a lot of people, they don't want to do it.
Yeah,
They want somebody to do it for
it's
them
hard
because they
work.
don't have the patience. They don't
It's
have the
hard work.
patience. It is. And then it's a lot goes into it, and
Mhm.
some people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Um but yeah. definitely thank you for
Thank
stopping
you.
by and sharing, because you definitely have shared some great information. Again, please remind the listeners how they can connect, how they can reach out and support you. And do you have anything that you are doing in the community that we can support you on?
So I've started helping coach kids to write. I want to start them early. So I have been I'm working with an organization that allows me to work with kids virtually to teach them about writing and publishing. And I'm going to tell you that I get goosebumps just thinking about it. I love that. We are shaping minds and getting these young people to start writing books as kids. That's incredible. And then, of course, you can reach me at info@bossladypress.com. You can reach us also at www.bossladypress.com. And Angela Thomas, thank you for such an amazing opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I pray that you have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good
I want
night.
to thank you guys for stopping by again for another episode of Up Close and Personal with Angela. If you need a book published, or if you're interested in self-publishing, I'm telling you, you need to go and support this amazing young lady. She shared her information. I'm going to make sure that we're able to share it. But I'm telling you, all those that have been saying, Miss Angela, I want to self-publish, opportunities right there. So with that being said, I pray that you guys have a wonderful night, rest of your evening. We have no more interviews for this week. This conclude my interviews for this week, y'all. I am super excited. I will see you guys next week. I pray that your rest of your week is amazing. I love you. And guess what? There's nothing you can do about it.